The room is dark. The only light spills from a single, skeletal candle flame, making the shadows dance like frantic ghosts on the walls. You are leaning in, captivated. Her face, a pale moon in the gloom, is a mask of tragic beauty. Her eyes, wide and luminous, hold oceans of untold sorrow, and she is telling you a story, a ghost story, but the ghosts are men she used to love.
He was a monster, she whispers, the words like smoke. So charming at first. Everyone thought he was a saint.
You feel a surge of protectiveness, a righteous anger. How could anyone hurt someone so fragile, so pure? You see yourself as the hero of her story, the one who will finally slay the dragons of her past. This is the first trap, and you have walked right into it. Pay attention, not to the story she tells, but to how she tells it. The script is always the same, only the actors change. The first ex, a narcissist. The second, emotionally unavailable. The third, a weak man terrified of her strength. Do you see the pattern? In her world, she is the perpetual victim, the blameless heroine in a world of villains. There is no self-reflection. No, maybe I was too demanding. No, I had a part to play in the conflict. It's a complete externalization of blame. The world happens to her. Nothing is ever her fault. It's a psychological masterpiece of self-preservation. This isn't just storytelling, this is a rehearsal. She is telling you in no uncertain terms the role you are expected to play. First, the savior, and then inevitably, the monster. Think of it as the Cartman drama triangle, a toxic psychological game. She exists only as the victim. Her exes, they were cast as the persecutor, the villain, the source of all her pain.
And you have been given the noblest role, the rescuer, the white knight.
But here is the truth of the drama triangle. The roles are not static. They must rotate for the game to continue. The rescuer, in their attempt to fix the victim, inevitably fails because the victim doesn't want to be saved. They want a reason for their misery. When you fail to heal her wounds, and you will fail because they are the source of her power, you will become frustrating, controlling, disappointing. Your attempts to help will be reframed as attempts to control. Your boundaries will be painted as emotional abandonment. Just like that, the triangle rotates. You are no longer the rescuer. You have been recast. Welcome to the role of the persecutor. Now she needs a new rescuer, and she will go out into the world, her eyes filled with manufactured tears, and she will tell him a story about a monster she used to love, a monster who looks just like you. Let's make this real. Imagine a woman named Eleonora. She is brilliant, captivating, a wounded bird you desperately want to fix. On your third date, she tells you about her ex, Mark. He was a classic narcissist, she says, staring into her wine glass as if it were a crystal ball. He never supported my art. He called my poetry melodramatic. She looks up at you, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek. You, a musician, feel this in your soul. You spend the rest of the night validating her, telling her she is a genius. You are her new champion. Months pass. It is bliss. You are her muse, her protector. You have never felt so needed, so vital. And one day, you have a big audition. You are nervous. You are vulnerable. You ask her to come for support. She says, "You don't need me. Your anxiety is just a lack of confidence." Mark was like that. So needy. The word stings. Needy. Weak. The foundation beneath you cracks. You try to explain. It's not about neediness. It's about partnership. Support. She sighs, a long theatrical exhalation of disappointment. "You're being melodramatic," she says. And there it is. The same word. The same accusation. The script has been dusted off, and you have been given your new lines. You were not her savior. You were just an understudy waiting for the lead villain to be written out of the play. This is the reveal, the moment the beautiful dream contorts into a nightmare. The way she describes her exes is not a reflection of them. It is a reflection of her own internal world, her own unresolved traumas, her own incapacity for accountability. She doesn't fall in love with people, she falls in love with the roles they can play in her internal drama. The "all my exes are crazy" narrative is the reddest of flags. It's a scorched earth policy that leaves no room for nuance, for shared responsibility. If every single person you've ever dated was the problem, a sane mind eventually asks the terrifying question, what is the common denominator? But she doesn't. Because the victim narrative is safe. It's a fortress built to protect a fragile ego from the harsh truth of imperfection. So you must listen. When she speaks of the dead, listen for the eulogy she is writing for you. When she describes the monster who broke her heart, know that she is simply handing you the costume you will one day be forced to wear. It is not a coincidence. It is not bad luck. It is psychology. It is a preview of how she will deconstruct you piece by piece until you fit the only role she has left to offer. The villain, the monster, the ghost that will haunt the stories she tells to the next man.